Hey guys, it's John, and I'm back here today with the Two Beard Games Tower of Holding. I backed for this back in November of 2018. It had an estimated delivery date of January 2019, and I ended up getting this guy on February 5th. Now, this is the second run that they did to make this product. The first one failed to meet its initial goal of 15,000, and their idea was to buy a few more 3D printers and 3D print these guys. Part of that problem is that it takes a long time to 3D print one of these. About 29 hours was their guesstimate. Although both campaigns had a stretch goal of 35,000 to get molds made to do injection molding, which I think would have been a little bit higher quality in the plastic and the seams. That being said, they ended up making this with sheets of acrylic. So they got a bunch of sheets of acrylic and a laser cutter, set this all out in the CNC and cut it all out. And I think they 3D printed still the spell book and the hit point counter. They put it together with the acrylic weld. You can see some of the seams there. Because it's acrylic, it's super nice and shiny. All in all, a good product, although few issues. The spell book, as I was mentioning earlier, I know they ended up changing this up partway through production. This is the first draft, and you get these little hit point or spellbook counters, spells per day, which is nice. It's cool. I can't get that guy out just because he's wedged in there. So that's one problem. And these guys don't stay super well. If things are getting jostled around, you kind of lose where your tracking was. Now I know partway through they switched this out and changed this for a little whiteboard that fits in right here with magnets. Love magnets. I think the whiteboard would have been really nice because not only can you do your spells per day and just write on it, but you can also track your initiative if you're not playing a caster. So that adds a little bit more functionality to it. Here is these wheels to count your hit points, which is really nice rather than having to erase a section on your sheet over and over and over again. I've used that a lot in the games and I find it really helpful. But it kind of sticks, and I know they changed up the design a little bit later on in production to make these flow a little bit easier. Third change I know they made is this latch here. It is not super secure. It's going to hold it together pretty well on mild, easy pressure. But if I carry it in my backpack, if I'm moving around with it, I definitely have a rubber band or rubber strap just holding it together. Everything on the inside, I absolutely love. So I'm going to test it out here with the wizard dice from my last video, the Q Workshop top drawer Kickstarter dice. Inside this, you have your dice tower, you have all your ledges. I paid the extra $1.50, something super negligible, to get this velvet lining pack that was pretty easy to install by myself. Helps protect the tower, helps protect the dice, and it's soft. You don't get that loud crash clattering sound, but you still get a nice satisfying dice tower sound. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and of course, first roll on this with this dice is a 20. Take that, Mark. What you think now? I like this part. They made two of these options, one for D&D 5th Ed, one for Pathfinder. It's a little mini character sheet. Everything's all listed in here. This is my fire cleric from my buddy Robert's game. Just some of the basic stats. I probably need to redo it before our next session. But I like having this quick reference sheet. Helps speed everything up when you're in the middle of the game. I don't have to stop, go through a couple sheets. Everything's right here. I can roll, look up, boom, done. I also got this secondary plate here, just a little magic circle, a design I thought was cool and would go with the cool black and gold glam goth motif that I went with. They had about 14 different options for the lucite color. Some of the stretch goals were getting into the clear acrylics. They had also 14 different options for the paint colors. And so you could modify each of the sections however you saw fit. And they had a couple different colors of the felt. So I've seen a lot of the different options that they posted. They all look pretty cool. No complaints. There's you can see a little pencil holder spot in there. And they included a little Two Beard Games mini mechanical pencil that fits right in there. Again, super handy for your all-in-one gaming package. On the back end, you have some storage spaces if you want to put in an extra die or something. Great for holding minis. This is a little Star Wars Imperial Knight mini that I use for my Fire Cleric. You can also store some spell cards, some fate cards. This is good for a little smaller mini. Whatever you need, you can fit a little bit extra back there. So I think this thing is great. I love taking it to game. I used it on our cabin gaming weekend the other week. I've used it for Robert's game. You can load the dice back in by flipping that up a little bit and locking it shut. All right, as always, if you have any questions, any comments, please leave them down there. I'm going to include a link to the website to where you can get your own. I'm definitely looking at buying another one in the near future. I think they run about $55, but I definitely want to take a look and see how the updated features are going. And also still looking forward to seeing their future Kickstarter projects. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.